Equinox is an incredibly powerful warframe. You may not realize the potential when you first start playing Equinox. You can split up the play style, so to speak. Many ways to play Equinox. You can focus on big old nuking, get defensive and stealthy. Maybe you want to crowd control, switch back and forth, doing some damage. So let's take a look here at getting some good mileage out of basic Equinox. We don't even have to invest any Orcan reactor. We're able to do some high tier content, conjunction survival, arbitration, whatever we're gonna go to. We'll check her out, and let's just see what we did here with Equinox. So unlocked Equinox and checked her out. So kind of get confused when I give you the tips, thinking I have to switch back and forth, right? So passive, 10% of health orbs are converted into energy, 10% energy converted into health. So it's like she has a equilibrium for passive. So when we first started playing, I ended up getting messed up by this first ability, Metamorphosis. So daytime damage multiplier, speed increase, nighttime shield capacity, armor. Started throwing like a bunch of strength and using this ability here. Rest and rage, damage vulnerability, speed increase. Figure, okay, we're gonna just start, we'll get a damage buff and be able to start taking enemies out. And we just jumped right in as we were leveling level 0. Equinox in the steel path stuff, and we're getting just rocked. Just boom, one shot down, getting hit, destroyed. What's going on? You can get pacify, provoke, daytime again, strength mode. Everybody's gonna get that. Nighttime enemy damage multiplier 0.25. we're at right there. So we'll see how we get that and what does it do. We also got a different kind of augment that you're able to put on it, which we ended up doing. Peaceful provocation. That's basically what's gonna change us. They got different augments here, so you can have we started off with Metamorphosis, and we got this augment, and figured, okay, we're gonna equip that duality. His other half breaks free, hers, and dealing some big damage. So we're gonna be swapping back and forth, getting this out there. But then you got this buff wearing off. You gotta, the duality buff wearing off. You gotta go back and forth from light to dark. Maybe it would work if you want to focus on doing that with also having this equipped, so then you can stagger enemies and knock them down and not be taking damage. Figured, okay, let's try and check this out. I guess we don't need strength to do this mend and maim nuke. You just, as you're getting kills, you see the charge building up, and you can increase your range, not worry about the strength. All your party members would help fill the meter and just unleash a big nuke. But if you're already killing everything, getting all these kills, is this nuke really helping us out? Mend and Maim had the energy transfer, so conserves the charge as you're switching back and forth, so you're able to do that. So you could plan a nuke and switch, get the shield and armor boost and switch back and keep building up for the nuke, and it would be a perfectly acceptable nuke and play style, nuke and rooms, all that defense mission, I guess. And just let your squad mates maybe fill the gauge for you, and then you just come in with the big nuke on when there's a bunch of enemies. But you can also have a Selvagoth do that, something like that, and just get rid of groups of enemies at will as you're moving. But each ability really has an augment here for Equinox, and you look at the tips for it, and they're telling, okay, change your missive color so you start the mission in day or night form. Switch to day form. Gives you a little. There's the confusing part here. So Metamorphosis buff, decay over time, switch forms often to maximize their effects. So we were going in, switch at nighttime. Then also we'd switch to daytime, get the damage boost. But oh my gosh, we got no armors, we got no defenses. End up getting destroyed by, you know, level 200 something, whatever enemy. So we went and focused on just getting this ability here, Peaceful Provocation. Pacify converts damage done to allies into an aura that slows enemies by 40%. And, you know, daytime, it would give a increased ability strength. So after trying out Metamorphosis with this duality in there, which is probably an option of just having both of them, so you can be switching back and forth, knocking them down. So for playstyles, I'd say Equinox could have like the nuke focus there, a little more damage focused with the big nuke. You could have the switch back and forth kind of play style where you're going to be getting some damage boost from calling out your other form. And what I found to be most effective, and just for me it seems just superior to the others, was I just stay in nighttime mode here. We just start the mission. If we don't even change our emissive colors at all, we just start off in nighttime mode. Then we got Peaceful Provocation. Let's look here, you know, skipping these confusing tips. So what did we do with Equinox, and how are we able to defeat Steel Path, level high level conjunction survival? You know, like 40 minutes of that. Well, could probably continue, but we're able to do it. We'll just check it out here. So for no Arcane reactor or anything installed, we just start the mission as Equinox night form, and basically you could even subsume this one right over your switching ability, and, you know, add something like a mirage ability or something, or, you know, whatever you're doing, maybe, you know, armor stripping or roar or whatever. So we got no Arcane reactor installed. Once again, what can we do? Well, we went with, you know, basically I've been using these lately, but alright, so squad's going to receive energy regen. Alright, we're going to need that. So start the mission, and we're going to activate this ability right away, and this ability right away. And for emergency, we can sleep the mobs, and it's basically how we end up able to do it. So we got, then we went with the no armor on us though, so, you know, we could end up upgrading that if you want. They had a helmet infusion that had plus 1,000 armor, and, you know, maybe primary weapon damage or some kind of big boost like that, which would help us out. But what can we do here? We got shield capacity, just give us more shield capacity health. Been putting adaptation on every time we're putting something, basically end up getting that. And we were going with the blind rage for the ability strength. Again, no efficiency, and, you know, whatever we had left over, we put into a little bit of max energy. So here's the augment right there, pacify. So it starts off with 40%, but since we've got our blind rage, you know, basically doubling the effect, once we activate this channeled ability here, or it's, well, it's not channeled, it's you just put it on, and then as their enemies come in range, they're gonna be starting to drain, you know, for each enemy. So you want to be careful if you get a big group of them that you have not killed. You want to clear them out quick, because it will. That's the only thing to worry about, is if they drain all your energy, because you're gonna have both of these going, and this will be draining down, and they'll be in defensive mode. We're staying in defensive mode. Everybody will be getting shields restored for every kill. You're gonna get, you know, be getting some shields health added to the damage of the daytime nuke. You know, it'll be just adding up. If you want to switch and nuke too, it's possible with the energy conversion. So pacify, we just activate that. Now look at that big increase. Nighttime damage multiplier 0.25%, and you can increase it. So that means enemies are going to be doing a quarter of the damage to everybody. So, you know, it's basically like a buff for everybody, because they're going to be doing 25% damage, and then also they're going to be attacking 80% slower. So, you know, big increase on the defense there. But we're able to head out here with Equinox. Let's just head over and see if we can battle something. So there it is. We got Equinox. You know, we could also stick some Archon shards in there, get a catalyst, and just really maximize the effects of Equinox, which we may end up doing here, because currently in the foundry we're getting ready. It's coming. They're coming. It's gonna be here. We got a bunch of Warframes on the way, and we got Equinox Prime, Grendel. We went and finished that fun stuff. Got Hydroid Prime, Mesa Prime, Protea Prime. Where are you? Just where is it? Where's the Equinox Prime? What has happened? Where did she go? Did we skip her? Right there. So there we go. We're gonna have Equinox Prime on the way, and we'll be able to stick some actual Orcan reactor, Archon shard. What are we gonna do to even increase the effects here? But there'll be Equinox. We got Grendel. Got finished with all that. We got Hydroid Prime, Mesa Prime, Protea Prime. We just did Gauss. So moving down the list, we still got to do Vara, Kume, Clerval, Mag, Mesa, Protea. Well, be doing that. Let's check out a little bit how we're able to survive here on something with Equinox. So we're gonna just head in, and we'll just switch to a solo version for now, and just head in. What do we do? What can we find? This would be the Steel Path version. Just go to like a, where's one of these? Conjunction. Oh, we don't have one. Nothing's up. Can we check the regular version? Conjunction. Well, apparently nothing's there. What should we? What could we check? Archon hunt. Go to do a rescue. So I guess we could just head into a conjunction survival arbitration with Equinox. Let's just do some random. Maybe head to the Kuva Fortress. Where is it? Where's the fortress? There it is. Gotta be some hard high level stuff there. If we switch it, just to look at some enemies. So there we go. We had some we still need to do. So we gotta do salt. There's also a tier 5 fissure. Let's just run into Rec Room Fissure, Salt. Check it out there. So we'd head in here, whatever we're going for. We got Equinox, and see what happens when we're in actual combat here. It's one thing testing stuff at the simulacrum, but we want to see what's up. So subscribe. Let's see Equinox on some high level content, hard enemies, Steel Path with no Orcan reactor, no Archon shard. Just what we're able to do for this type of playstyle, I guess. So okay, I guess we gotta start heading out with our nighttime form is what we're gonna start off with. Alright, we gotta reach the gates. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna just hit our third ability. It's activated. It's not draining. We're actually still gaining some energy. But once enemies get closer, then it will, start draining it. Alright, so let's just activate some of that. Okay, don't kill me. Now if we're actually killing enemies fast in a party here, we'll be able to activate our fourth ability also if we're getting enough energy because it'll be just saving us. But there you go, just get some enemies that are close. You know, we don't have a lot of range right now, so could be getting hurt from range. Okay, place this and defend it. We're gonna need some little bit of that, so we'll have to defend the area and activate our ability here. Make sure enemies are not killing us immediately, but you know, we're soloing out here, soloing 165 mobs, and we got just enough right now. Once we actually get some, you know, some overguard or something, we'll be able to make it. But you don't want to have like rooms of enemies battling you, so then you may want to have an emergency sleep some stuff. So we just head through here. Now we're getting to some actual energy that we're able to emergency equip the you know, fourth ability if we need it. So there we go. The fourth ability is going to actually be draining steadily, so if we don't got enemies around, better just turn it off, start getting some energy back. But there it is, kind of just find our way out and down in the steel path here. So little roller balls, look out. We're getting, you know, not too many enemies at once here, but we're able to do it. Equinox, you know, them got the different versions of her too. So there's, you know, a group of enemies. Say I wanted to switch to our daytime, and what is this big nuke? It's a 79 damage nuke. Well, it wasn't happening at first. Had to figure that out. But there we are, nighttime. We just use our slow and damage reduction, and there we are. If we had you know, even more health and armor, it'd be just really working with it. But there it is. So you got that. You can just kind of maybe make a melee Equinox and just be blasting through. Activate a Arcanes version. Make sure we got some energy though, because there we go, it wore off, so we need energy once again. But basically it's because we had our fourth ability, so third ability's activated. You guys will be like nothing for our Equinox. We don't even need any kind of Arcane reactor. Of course it'd be nice to have, but you know, I'm working right now just the basic base Equinox. We need to find the cannon, infiltrate the stuff so we can emergency put some of it to sleep if we need to. Have our fourth ability. It's going to be draining, so we really need to be getting some energy, because could drain and could you know, make our third ability run out, and could go bad from that point. We don't have our third ability. Basically we lost all defenses, but get them back, keep on going, and you know, then we'll actually have a fourth ability. That's just the you know, if you wanted to do some kind of melee here, you can also just be destroying them with the owns, which we've been using, getting that overguard, or switching to our rifle. We got actually didn't know focus on that, but we got this rifle here is equipped. It's gonna give us some sprint speed as we're going with the Inodim with some sprint speed, and look out, we're out of energy, so it could get bad. What's gonna happen? Are we gonna make it here? Equinox just getting slaughtered where we're supposed to be making it, so we need to get some energy back, activate our Arcanes, and ready to get these guys. So let's make sure we got our third ability on. It's just gonna be slowly taken away, but we're able to you know, cover energy, everything. It's just the fourth ability that's will really help when we're in a group. Everybody else is killing, we're getting energy orbs dropping, and everybody will be getting the benefit of it. But if we just activate it here with nothing around, it's just going to start draining, and when we need the energy, it's just not there. So basically we're relying on the third to just slow our enemies. Even if it's a turret over there, just get rid of it. So there we are. Can this guy get me? Can this guy kill me? He's slowed. Well, they still can. So we need some overguard, but no, there it is, Equinox. So it could go pretty bad if we start swapping around, playing Equinox wrong. You know, not many people are able to do it. Not many people playing Equinox, but if we get dialed in and focus on how we're going to play Equinox, you know, could be very productive. You know, could be nuking, could be switching back and forth with the metamorphosis. Could just stay focused on nighttime and some defense, helping everybody out, lowering the damage of our enemies. What do we do? Just try to get up and battle some higher level enemies. Let's activate our third ability here. And we don't want that. We want switch our weapons, switch our weapon, switch our weapon. We cannot. We've been disarmed. It's all the way back here. So really effective, completely effective. Alright, so there we go. We're basically getting carried by the own, but we got a third ability activated. So are we able to do anything? Run into room full of people? Well, let's release the lockdown and find out. No, we're not.